Yes. Hello, everybody. Sorry. I have had, those like really aggressive hiccups that make your entire body like that? I've had those for the past 5 minutes, and they finally just ended right as the song ended. Hopefully, I think. I'm like scared to breathe too hard, and then I hiccup again. But hello, everybody. Happy, what is it, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a great day today. We got a little bit of a chill episode. See, yesterday I wanted to hit the Leah, Ashe, and Meganplays story, but we were a little stacked with, the stream we were watching of Quirky's, because, an hour-long stream of hers took about 2 hours of our time with all the pausing and the yapping that I do. No surprise there. So, I want to hit that today, but before we get into that, I don't know if you guys have seen all of the stuff going on between Jeffree Star and Jools Lebron, but it's a little bit interesting. It's a little bit wild, the stuff that's been said from Jeffree's side specifically, because to be honest, this all just started with like a random call out that Jeffree made toward Jools, and then kind of snowballed. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab all the tea for you guys, get into everything with you guys today, because it's gonna be an interesting one. And thank you guys for, once again, any compliments on my hair. Oh yeah, I do gotta pin the Discord link. I got you. Pinned. It's up there. Alright. So starting off,
today we're at the
don't play without me. I'm like,
today
full screen, but don't play without me. Okay, yeah, I got it figured out. So starting off, we have a video of Jeffree at the dentist, and this is where he kind of like calls out Jools. So Jools has a GoFundMe situation going on to get their teeth worked on, and in that, you get this. Jeffree being shady as per usual.
Today we're at the dentist. I'm paying for my own teeth cleaning. It's very demure, very mindful. I'm not like the other girls. I don't expect my entire audience of blue-collar 9-to-5 workers to pay for my $45,000 smile. I'm very cutesy. I'm very respectful. I'm not like the other girls. I don't fake heart attacks at the airport and then I'm filming the whole thing like, wait, how is that possible?
Okay, so that's how we're starting off, which obviously extremely shady, but you would watch that and be like, okay, that could kind of be about anybody. But the issue is that Jools took the bait. So let me go ahead, let me show you this to start off. Dun dun dun. Because here's the GoFundMe, and I feel like this will give like a little bit of context as well for you guys. So let me switch this over. So this is the GoFundMe. So it says, I'm Jools Lebron. I'm getting my teeth done by the grace of the internet. Here, let me zoom in so you can read it better. And this is back up now. Now, this got taken down initially when Jeffree first talked about it and made the video. I think it was like kind of embarrassing for Jools. So she took this GoFundMe down initially when he made that. And then she says, if you want to donate for recovery, support for my downtime, thank you. But do me a favor, type in teeth, dental makeover, dental pain, dental fund into the GoFundMe search engine, and also send your money to those divas instead. I'm going to be just fine. I'm leaving this up simply for principle. Okay, so that's where it's at now. So the goal was to raise $5,000. I don't know if the pictures are still, it's literally just her teeth need done. Let me see if I can find like a picture to show you her smile. Now, Jeffree, I guess, goes on, like he said in his video, kind of saying, like, you know, I paid for my own teeth, and is saying that it's scamming the audience to ask for money to get your teeth done. Now, these are the teeth she's looking to get done. In retrospect, I actually don't think these are that bad. Like, these teeth are pretty, like, I think they're better than mine. Like, mine are a little jacked too. But I'm probably never gonna get my teeth done. Dental work's hella expensive. And I feel like unless you have, like, a serious problem, it's not worth it. Alright, so let me go ahead, and this is a 3.5 minute response that you get from Jools. So let's go ahead and get into what, ooh, not that. Well, that, but that. And then switch it over. Let's go ahead and get into what she had to say about everything that Jeffree said.
Jeffree, I am gonna come for you in my wig cap, unfortunately. Jeffree, your problem isn't with me and my teeth. Your problem's with Patrick Starr. Your problem is with how the system worked and how you didn't get what you wanted from it when you were at the height of it. It has nothing to do with me. And I know that because I know you're not serious when you're begging on gifts every single day in a mansion. We both own our homes, babe. Look at that. About 10.
So, if you guys don't know what she's talking about with that, we previously talked about Jeffree Star a little bit before, and I mentioned this. Jeffree Star's big thing now, I feel like even the makeup brand has taken a bit of a backseat, and the skincare line, all that, to his focus on doing these TikTok battles and asking for gifts. Because that's the whole thing of battling, is you ask your audience straight up just to send you more money than the other person next to you. That's all it is. So it's like an easy cash grab for, like, anybody who gets into it, because of course, if you're already like a semi-popular person like Jeffree Star is, or like another person I know who does it is like Jason Nash, like those type of people, they're easily gonna get gifts sent by just people who know their names. It's not like the gifts are necessarily worth like a ton of money, but they add up over the stream, I believe. I don't really know how it works. Mikhail said, I don't know this Jools Lebron person. Is she trans? Mm-hmm.
Years ago, I made a video about Jeffree Star, which he commented on and he did not like because I became friends with two girls he used to be friends with. One of them whose name is tattooed on his body. So when Jeffree was going viral...
For context, if you don't know, Jeffree Star has a Kat Von D tattoo. If you don't know the tea between Jeffree Star and Kat Von D, I have a previous stream that I did on that I do recommend that you check out because it's a lot to get into. Like, it was an entire other stream. So look at that. But yeah, Jeffree does have a Kat Von D tattoo. So that's what she's referencing.
Viral, and he was big in his cosmetics era. I was knowing all the behind the scenes tea about him. When he was coming on here, oh, I've never said this, and I've never been racist, and I've never drank a sip of alcohol. Girl, I knew that was a damn lie. And it didn't matter to you at the time because I didn't have the following or the background to back me up. And then when I did start finally blowing up, I started blowing up with the same people that you had to work your ass off to get closer to. And all it took was 2 or 3 videos for me to do it.
Okay, so little bit of context. Jools kind of came up as like a makeup influencer a little bit around the same era of like Manny MUA, James Charles. I think like Patrick Starr was around that time as well. It's hard to remember all of them, but like that kind of era of makeup influencer. Jools never got, I'd say, like as big. She's pretty big though. Like she's definitely got a lot of like, I'm just gonna quickly see how many subs she has on YouTube because I'm really curious. And she also did commentary. That was part of it as well. Bum bum bum. Yeah, so she got 13K subs. So she wasn't like necessarily like nobody, you know what I'm saying? But she did like commentary and she did like beauty stuff, but her old channel is also gone because this is not the one that had everything on it. But a lot of her stuff was through like TikTok, and she did like Instagram short form content as well. All right, let's continue on this. And the biggest reason that I believe she has this beef with Jeffree is just because she's called him out before in other videos.
Became friends with the people that you worked so hard to become friends with in a matter of months, what took you years. And that bothers you. And I know it bothers you because one of my first controversies was talking about this. You tried to steal all of Patrick's friends. It didn't work. They went back to him.
I'm crying. Philip Talley said she was the demure queen. Yeah, the very cutesy, very demure, very mindful. That's why Jeffree did that in the video, because she's the one who like had the trend popping.
You were left with a failing cosmetics company. A failing cosmetics company that you just vocalized was bothered at the beginning by Patrick Starr. Because again, your issue is with Patrick. It's not with me. But you would look...
And that is actually tea, and a lot of what I think it is too, because, all right, if you guys don't know what's been going on with Jeffree's makeup brand and etc., like, okay, so the controversy happened with Shane Dawson, if you guys remember, and somehow, because Jeffree and Shane Dawson were working together in that era, Jeffree got pulled from a lot of brands that were selling him, like Morphe used to sell Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the Morphe online store. No longer. Ulta used to sell Jeffree Star makeup in the Ulta beauty store. No longer. So his brand used to be way more popular than what it is. If you currently go to the Jeffree Star Cosmetics website, you will see there is way less product on there than what used to be on there back in like 2016. Whereas Patrick Starr, their makeup brand, for example, has only excelled and gone pretty much to be like a mainstream brand. I don't know if I would, I believe it's high end. Like, to be honest, I've never bought any makeup from that line, but I've heard it's good. Like, I only hear good things about it. So I'm sure that kind of is like a spiteful thing for Jeffree, because he used to be in these cliques. Like, he wanted to be in these friend groups, but he chose to kind of like prioritize his friendship with like Shane Dawson and his beefs with other people in the industry. So it just made him not likable to be around. Which is crazy considering Jeffree has already had to like come back from like insane controversies before. It's not like he... And honestly, I'll let Jools spill the tea.
Crazy if you came for Patrick like you did 2 weeks ago. Because that man hasn't done anything to you. All he did was make a cosmetics company, make a name for himself, and surround himself with a group of friends that left him for you. And then the second that, guess what, you weren't viral anymore, they left you for him. So you're sitting there seething with your failing cosmetics company, watching every single one of those people still continue to be successful. Then some bitch that you already are annoyed by because she made a video about you 7-8 years ago starts blowing up on the internet. And guess what, Jeffree? You might be white and able-bodied and thin-bodied, but let's make it clear. I've accomplished things in my career that you've never accomplished.
T. So that's what she's like mentioning, the video that she made about Jeffree like 7 to 8 years ago. I couldn't remember how long ago it was. I guess it is that long. Holy shit, because we're in 2026. It's... Oh my god damn. Yeah, it really has been that long since that video. But I don't even know if the video's still around. I don't know what page it's on at this point in time, because her name has changed, and like now she primarily does TikTok. So I don't know if she still has all of her like tea content, because she used to do like commentary, she used to do makeup. That's why she's friends with all these people. Does that make sense? I think she still does on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. Okay, I go to TikTok to get the tea. I got this stuff off of TikTok. I'm not on TikTok.
Beyonce will never shout you out. The likes of celebrities of Lindsay Lohan, Jennifer Lopez, Jamie Lee Curtis, the president, and the vice president will never acknowledge you. Because Because you're not that girl. Even with millions of dollars in the bank account, you're not that girl. Even with all the property under your belt, you're not that girl. Yeah, I might have come on the internet and begged to get my teeth fixed, bitch. But you would never be able to do that if it wasn't for the likes of people like me who bought those crunchy ass lipsticks 10 years ago. Your problem is with the system. You thought
I liked those lipsticks. Wait, crunchy. I liked them. They did get a little crisp. I gotta admit. If you, I gotta admit, they did kind of crisp up a little bit. They did not come off. They were made to stay on your lip no matter what you ate, no matter what you drank. And because of that, they did kind of like, everyone knows the liquid lipstick era where they, damn, not too much of the Jeffree Star lipsticks. I'm like, wait, I actually like those. She is cooking though.
that because you did so much that you were gonna get it all and you didn't. You never got the public recognition you wanted because you're racist. So yeah, it does bother you when a black and Puerto Rican girl from the fucking hood who probably gets all the trade that you're having to pay for is getting all the flowers from everyone. And you're gonna try to drag me at my lowest moment over a fucking dental surgery? You got a full face of fucking implants, bitch, and you're still not getting acknowledged by the people that you want to get acknowledged by. You got a full face of fucking horse teeth, and you're still not getting acknowledged or appreciated by the public in the way that you deem you should. And that don't got shit to do with me.
Ouch! And I do feel like that is kind of part of it. Like, Jeffree Star used to be a big name. And yeah, people know the name now, but it's not like everyone's kind of just like, what's Jeffree Star doing? Like, nobody knows. He moved to Wyoming and kind of became irrelevant. So this is kind of a sick read from Jools. And honestly, Jeffree was asking for it by just randomly coming for Jools for making the GoFundMe to begin with. Because look, here's my thing on it. I think you can choose to ask for money for anything that you want, but also people can criticize you. And it depends on the manner in which you do it. And I think that, like, it would have been different if, like, actually it probably wouldn't have been different no matter how she did it. I feel like Jeffree would have still called her out. In my opinion, though, I feel like if she would have done, like, a goal, like, within her, like, TikTok space or something, I don't really know. A GoFundMe feels like a choice because I feel like GoFundMe should be reserved for, like, very, like, okay, somebody died or, like, somebody needs medical situations, but also, I'm not the GoFundMe goblin locking down who can make a GoFundMe or not. It's for anything. So that's just my choice on what I choose to donate to. So I can't really say, oh, I think she's in the wrong for doing that. If that's the way she chooses to raise money from her audience, that's how she chooses to raise money from her audience. It's not really my business. I don't have to donate if I don't like it. But I think to make, like, this video being like, oh, implying that she's scamming her fans is a little bit of a reach. The D-Rock said he does run a yak farm now. Yes. Yeah, Jeffree has a yak farm. He has a makeup store. I believe it's in Wyoming. I think I'm correct. It's Wyoming, or is it like Utah? I think it's Wyoming, where it's makeup and meat. He sells Jeffree Star's cosmetics and also sells yak meat.
You've had to buy your boyfriends. I haven't. My teeth are still getting done. So what now, Jeffree? Were you gonna come beat me up? I don't think you are. Well, keep it cute because it's too much now.
Where is it? Madeline Swanson said, I do get that. Toothache pain is incredibly painful, though. Yo, and I think that's a good point. And that's why I say, I feel like anybody can make a GoFundMe for anything that they want. And it's up to anybody to choose to donate to the things that they're like, okay, yeah, this is where I want to put my money. So then things get a little bit more interesting because Jeffree kind of keeps going on the topic and keeps making videos on it. Now, there's a couple more that Jools ends up making, but I could sum them up for you easily. Very demure, very cutesy, very mindful. That's it. Like, she's basically saying she already hit everything that she needs to say about Jeffree in the response. I don't know if she's going to say too much more. She said like a little bit here and there on the live streams, but it's pretty much everything that we just heard in that 3 minutes. Like, that that's like a trimmed down, cut down version of her just basically clearing Jeffree within 3 minutes. And then here's more of Jeffree going on. And honestly, some of this is gross. You guys are going to be like, ew, when you see this. I think this one in particular is a little nasty.
Love to know who you think you are, that your audience is gonna pull up and pay almost 50 grand for your bullshit ass smile. I know you fucking lying. It's embarrassing, to say the least, is what the fuck it is. It's embarrassing, and I'll say it for y'all. Okay? Who is that? Exactly, no shade. No.
Yeah, and that's like part of this entire narrative that Jeffree keeps going with this entire time is like, oh, well, nobody knows who Jools Lebron is. And sorry for the song. I can't find a video of this exact one without the song or a song, and this is the only one that I'm pretty sure is non-copyrighted music.
Shade, exactly.
It just gets really
Who
loud.
are you? Who are you, bitch? I'm going to Target. Should I go ask a stranger to pay for my groceries right now? Me and Xtina are going to Target. Oh, maybe this person right here will ask. Yeah, it's my fucking name, bitch, and what? What you hoes gonna do about it? You wanna pull up and fight? Let's go.
Can we talk about how unhinged this is? Just very strange.
Key my car, bitch. I'll key your whole husband. Should I go ask a stranger, you guys, to pay?
Oh my god, this song is killing me. This song is actually killing me. Okay, I think, get the hint. Basically, she goes on and he goes on and walks around. I swear to God, I might do that throughout this because my bad, Jeffree, you know. Anyways, so he's going through the parking lot and he starts being like, oh yeah, I should walk up and ask people to pay for my groceries. I should walk up and ask people to pay for this and that person. And is like, then starts like being like, oh, come fight me, come fight me. If you want to pull up on me, I'll go crazy on you. I just can't take that song anymore. I can't do a minute more of that song.
25 years.
But there's more of this, so let's keep watching. Also, a shout out to Eclipsa XO for the 2 months of a Little Smoky. We are going to be doing a Little Smokies game this weekend. So if you guys are a Little Smoky and you do want to play with us, I don't know if I've fully decided if we're going to do 2 or 1 game yet. 2 games or 1 game yet. So I'm going to think about that because I want to ask the Little Smokies and figure out what games everybody has already of who are the Little Smokies before I decide what game we do. So I'll keep you guys posted. But if you are a Little Smoky, keep an eye out for that announcement tomorrow or Thursday so that you know what's going on.
25 years in the game, baby. Think I'm upset by a one-hit wonder? Y'all are obsessed with me coming in here over and over and over. No.
Oh, Nightmare redirected. Thank you. Shit, let me back this up. My bad. I was like, oh, Nightmare redirected. My bad.
25 years in the game, baby. Think I'm upset by a one-hit wonder? Y'all are obsessed with me coming in here over and over and over. No, Chris, you're bothered, sweetheart, because you're a man. I know. You can't afford the surgeries, so now you're coming to lash out at me. Uh-huh. I know. Y'all thought I was going to respond to a refrigerator? Baby... There's proof? Layla, there's proof that you're a man. I know that.
Sorry, remember when I told you it got gross? Yeah, this would be that video.
You should dress up like him for Halloween. Uh-huh. That toothless man that you're obsessed with. You should go dress up as him for Halloween.
And in that video is clearly talking about Jools, who is a trans woman.
You are literally cosplay.
And I would like to point out, while all this is going on, these things that are like popping up, that you got advertisements for Jeffree Star mirrors, all these like dono things all over the screen. This is nonsense. TikTok lives disgust me. This is just gluttonous e-begging that I can't stand. I don't get the purpose of TikTok lives other than that. Actually, you know what? I've seen a couple good TikTok lives. Random people who play Guitar Hero. That entertains me sometimes. Other than that, I don't understand this. Like, imagine watching somebody talk about pretty much nothing, just be disgusting, and e-beg the whole time. Oh wait, that's LCU.
Playing Gargamel from Smurfs. You look like Rumpelstiltskin on fentanyl. But you want me to clap back? There's nothing to clap to except this. I'm bored.
I'm sorry. Jeffree just does not have the same... Like, if you guys remember, like, Jeffree back in, like, the YouTube era of when he was, like, a makeup influencer, he could battle with people. He could go back and forth. He's just, like, stooping to, like, lows now that are, like, okay, that's cringe. Like, what's your point with that? I don't know.
And then it's, oh my God, Jeffree, you got your teeth fixed from Akon. You mean my multi-millionaire manager? You mean Akon, the Grammy-nominated singer? You mean Akon who signed me to his record label? You can't use things against me like that. It doesn't add up. I'm sorry.
It does, though, when you sat in the chair in the initial video and said that you paid to get your own teeth done. Like, okay, good point. I mean, yo, sure, Akon did sign you to his record label. When was the last time you put out a hit song? When was that? What, in like 2008? Are you really still talking about your accolades from 2008? Oh, that was fun. I hate that TikTok has that little doo-doo-doo thing at the end. It's so, like.
No one ate me up. No one read me to the ground. They made up a fake narrative and they look like Jabba the Hutt. So boring. Jabba the Hutt could fucking never last 25 years in the game. I'm having the best time out here in Wyoming. Look.
I'm having the best. This feels unhinged. Can I just once again mention, by the way, the only video that was made by Jools that actually like really talked about it was that. There was like a couple mentions on like a couple live streams that she did where people had directly asked her like her opinion on like what Jeffree had said, where she mentioned like Jeffree's racist past, stuff that we talked about in the Kat Von D video or the Kat Von D live stream. So I'm just like, this feels unhinged to keep going. This is so far. And also, why are you talking about teeth? Can we talk about the state of Jeffree's hair? Can we just mention that for a second? What's left? How fried is that shit? You got about like 8 strands of hair on your head at this point. All right.
So boring. Jabba the Hutt could fucking never last 25 years in the game. I'm having the best time out here in Wyoming. Look.
I'm having the best time out here in Wyoming. Because your hair looks like the straw. That's honestly probably where it all went. Yak food.
Shut my mouth for asking a question. Make a clapback video. I'm busy. I'm working. I'm so sorry.
I'm busy, I'm working. As you made like 4 to 5 clapback videos. And like I said, the only other videos that Jools made, it wasn't like talking. It was just being like very demure, very cutesy, very mindful with like a caption being like, I already spoke on the situation type vibe. So yeah, very unhinged and strange. I'm sure there's going to be more that comes out about this, but those are the main videos that I wanted to show because it's been a while since we looked at Jeffree being Jeffree. So that's a little update on what's going on with him since we last checked, but we've got another major update on a situation we talked about, I believe like a month or 2 ago now. So let's go ahead and start with Leah Ashe. So if you guys remember, when we first talked about this situation, this is these are 2
Before we get into this,
Roblox YouTubers who were best friends. They did collaborations together. Their entire like Instagrams were like all each other. Like they seemed to be thick as thieves. Well, a video came out of this woman that we're about to watch this video from, Leah Ashe, who was seen kissing Meganplays' husband. So Meganplays then, I guess, tried to make things work between her and her husband to some extent, and then a couple months after the it wasn't like a makeout, it was like a quick kiss. After the kissing video, Meganplays' husband and her got divorced, and now Leah Ashe is with Meganplays' ex-husband, living together. Now, another strange thing I'd like to point out about this video, this woman used to be a brunette. Meganplays, one of her biggest accusations is that Leah Ashe is stealing her life. One of the things she pointed out was actually this lamp back here was Megan's dream lamp after stealing her husband. Leah bought it. She also started making her room more themed after items in a house that Megan claimed she would have. So her hair being ginger is really interesting because Megan's hair is ginger. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Video, I have written down a few notes to help me stay on track and make sure that I am acknowledging everything that I want to, that I think is important for me to acknowledge. So if you see me looking off, I'm just reading the notes that I've taken. I'm sure that me sitting down and making this video after I've said absolutely nothing about the situation and have been silent for so long feels really strange and weird. My intentions of making this video are not to win back any public favor or positively change your opinion of me in any way. Whether you've watched my videos for years or you only know of me from the situation, I believe you deserve to hear me acknowledge it directly.
I feel like she wouldn't be making this video if she wasn't intending to make a comeback. Because why else would you say it like that? Nobody really deserves an explanation of anything of your personal life unless you're intending to make a comeback to the internet, so you're trying to smooth things over with people that think less of you.
If you're unaware of the situation, in October of last year, I deeply betrayed Megan's trust and hurt her. I crossed a line that can never be uncrossed. My decisions were selfish, inconsiderate, disgusting, horrible, and vile. Although I do...
She says this while still living with the woman's ex-husband. That's crazy.
Regret how I navigated through that situation. It doesn't repair the damage that I've caused or change what I did.
That you're still causing.
I am so sorry to Megan and to everyone that I've hurt because of what I did. She never ever deserved to get hurt, and it's horrible. I know that there's nothing I can do or say to relieve any pain for her. I do.
Can I call, like, why do I feel like she tried to make herself look slightly disheveled so it looked like she's been, like, upset? Like, bitch, just brush your hair.
I do want to publicly apologize to Megan and everybody I hurt due to what I did. And if given the opportunity, I would love to directly apologize to Megan because a public apology is not enough. She deserves a lot more than that. There's been a lot of things said online, so I just quickly want to run through a couple things and clear them up. I know there's a lot of rumors regarding Zach and I's relationship and why I'm still in the relationship, but I want to assure you guys that I am choosing to be in this relationship and I'm not trapped. I know that...
What? Yo, this is actually nuts. This is nuts. This is absolutely insane and crazy to say. Yeah, I'm still choosing to be with him. I truly deeply down in my heart believe I should apologize to Megan and say I'm sorry to her. You're not sorry for shit, bitch. You're still what? This is psychotic.
Hearing that is extremely hard to stomach, but that's the truth. Another thing was my estate sale. I did not sell all of my belongings. I didn't sell my medication keepsakes. and journals, my personal journals. What you saw in those photos were a combination of Zach and I's possessions as we were still actively living there, and not everything in those photos were for sale. I know it doesn't feel like I've said a lot in this video at all, and that's because there's not a lot I can say. What I did was horrible, and it hurt a lot of people. I feel like getting any deeper into this situation or explaining how things transpired is not up to me and should not be up to me. No.
Then why are you sitting here making this video to even begin with? It feels like you're trying to like sit there because you want to clear the air and sound better about certain things right before you make a comeback. What the fuck is the point of this video if you're trying to say, oh, well, I shouldn't be the one to sit here and explain things? Then why are you doing that? Why am I hearing you talk about it? Why are you not just making a video about Roblox like you usually do?
A lot of you were very disappointed in what I did. I completely understand, and I don't expect you to see me any differently after this video because it doesn't change what I did. I removed all of the filters on my comment section that were there before. I don't want to block or delete anybody who is expressing the way they feel about what I did. The purpose of this video is to take accountability, address the situation, and move forward. I don't want you to be shocked or surprised when you see me coming back to making content. It's something I genuinely love doing.
Called it. I called it. That's exactly what this was about. She wanted to try to smooth things over with at least her most loyal of fans before she made her comeback to the internet. Because there'll always be those people that are kind of like, oh, she's the victim. There'll always be a couple of them, right? No matter what. So she's relying on those people to see this video and her to have a smooth transition into coming back to YouTube.
And I do not expect anybody to support me at all. And I do not expect anything to go back to the way it was. I'm sure that didn't answer all of your questions, but thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
All right. So the next thing we're going to jump over to is Meganplays' channel, because she did actually a couple responses on this video. So let's go ahead. Some of them are in shorts, I believe. And then some of them, oh no, it's all in a stream. Or not a stream, video. Excuse me. Alright, so two different videos. One of these is 28 minutes long, and the other one is 7 minutes long.
Ode?
Oh, they beefing up there? Hold up. Y'all can't even see. My cats are beefing. We're gonna put this on 1.25 just because it's a little bit long.
Before I play the video that I recorded hours ago, I just want to take a second to say thank you so much for all of the love, support, and rallying around me that you guys have done. I very much appreciate it. It's been an extremely difficult year for me, as you can imagine, and nothing that you guys say is taken for granted. And I don't feel it's like owed to me. I'm trying to figure out how to word it, but just know I'm very grateful for all the time, energy, and even thought that you guys give me. That goes for my friends, acquaintances, colleagues, other creators, and viewers. I very much appreciate it. Second of all, this is what they want. They want attention. They want to jumpstart her career, again, with a lot of views and a lot of algorithm support.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, she's definitely banking on the amount of people that are going to watch this video. And I know in this, Megan goes on to say that she encourages people not to watch that video. I'm sorry, but for the sake of the tea, I'm gonna watch the video, but at least you guys don't have to go click on it now. You just watched it here. But that is how things are gonna go. Like, as much as she doesn't want, like, the attention to be given to Leah, it's going to. People are going to click on her to see if she says anything about it, and considering she's trying to prolong, like, a serious response, she will respond to everything. She's going to have, like, an episode on her channel where she sits down and talks about everything start to finish, but she's prolonging it so that she can get as many views and as many clicks and as many likes off the situation as possible.
How you can support me is not click on her videos to even tell her that she's a homewrecker, not even to click into thumbs down it. that would be the most helpful. Secondary, to watch my videos and come check out my streams because I stream regularly now here, TikTok, and Twitch. There's my self-promo for everything that's happening. Please do not download this video and put it in its full capacity up on TikTok. That directly hurts me, but you can use clips of it and then send people here to watch the full thing. Thank you. I have a lot to say, but I'm going to try to keep it as concise and level-headed as possible. My ex-best friend came back to the internet, Leah Ashe, after home-wrecking my marriage with my husband, who is as equally responsible as she is. I welcome.
Oh my god. So starting off, this is what I feel like we've all been waiting for, because there was like parts in the previous video or the previous stream that I did where I talked about this subject where I was like waiting for her to say this. Like it felt like she was putting the responsibility more on Leah the entire time than she was on her husband, but they are equally responsible. I'm so glad to hear her finally be like, yes, they're equally responsible, because they are. It was never like one person's worse than the other. They're both bad. She didn't manipulate him. He's not a woe is me little puppy. He was just as fucking guilty in that situation. He should have never kissed her. And he divorced you. Or like you, he went through with the divorce to be with her, you know?
Welcomed her into my life. I let her become my sister. And
User said she's been saying that for months. I'm saying we haven't looked at this situation in months, but a lot of the previous stuff that we were watching, she was going back and forth, and that's because she was hurt. And I'm not saying that she's like dumb or anything like that. I'm saying that at the time when we talked about this, she was definitely more on the side that Leah was evil and manipulated her husband into the things that happened. Yeah.
then she planted seeds to seduce my husband, which he fell for it because he's not a good person either. These actions have caused me to lose half the time with my daughter. I miss her for stuff that we know. My home, and most recently, my insurance.
And I don't know why your name's not showing up. It just shows up as user.
So I can't even go see my therapist anymore because it's too expensive and I can't afford it. Okay. I know they want me to come on here.
I will say, in good news, I have never seen more monetary support on a video than I have ever seen on YouTube before. I opened the comment section just to see like what people were saying about this, and you can't even get to the comments because the whole video is just super thanks after super thanks. So hopefully she should be good on that therapy appointment now. Fingers crossed. Rooting for her
Here and be filled with rage and sorry, like you see me itching, like this is all causing me a big trauma response. Somebody said I feel like having a trauma response. My entire life is a trauma response at this point.
Here, I'm gonna slow this down actually because she talks really fast.
I'm not gonna lie. They want me to come on the internet. They want me to scream, yell, release the videos, release the recordings, do everything, and just let it blow over so that Leah can come back and make money. It's Leah's God-given right, I guess, to make content if she wants. But that doesn't make her a good person. It doesn't make her anybody that I think anyone should support. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna like try to get through this without crying because this is my reality. People say I'm dragging it, and I think those people mostly just want attention. But this is something I live with every single day.
I gotta admit, nobody can say she's dragging it when she was married to the man. It's not like this is like, oh, they were like in high school and she stole her boyfriend. Like they were married. They have a child together. This like they built a life together as a family. And this Leah bitch skinwalked her until the point that she got to steal her husband. And I remember in the first stream we were watching, when Megan was like going through like her pregnancy, there was even like times where Leah seemed like kind of creepy about that. I don't know. It just seems like she never had true intentions of being Megan's friend and always had like jealousy towards her from what I could see.
And it has traumatized me beyond belief.
Oh, your name's back. Jean's Genie.
The two people I love the most deeply betrayed me.
Oh, no, that wasn't you. I thought it was you. But no, I can read your name.
And they took away half the time I spent with my daughter. sorry. I have some notes here, and I want to try to keep this as objective and factual
Oh my god.
as possible.
Also, by the way, I don't know why this never popped up for me either, so I never shouted it out, but that's so strange. I don't know why the fuck this didn't pop up. But shout out to It's Obviously Danny for the 5 Hot Dog Gang gifted members. You know I would never not shout that out, my Pookie. I don't know why the hell that didn't pop up for me. I literally just scrolled through my comment section on my phone because I realized it was stuck at the top. And I'm like, what the hell?
Possible, because I don't want my message to get lost underneath rage and swears. So, people say I'm dragging it, but I cannot express enough how badly I want it all to end. And when I mean it all, I mean it all. I struggle every single day. I fight every single day to stay alive. And I know I make a lot of jokes, and that is not one of them. Sorry. I will be cutting parts of this video because I have to edit in some screenshots. And also, I'm taking really big breaks in between.
Yes.
It's
good.
really not fun to talk about. And I know.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine having to like sit down and film this video and having to talk about this situation. Because I feel like there wasn't enough time given between when it happened, between Leah trying to make a comeback either. Like, what's the best way I could put it? It's gonna happen eventually. She was always going to come back to the internet, but there could be time and a grace period given and kind of just let Megan do her thing because you did ruin her entire life. You could take literally everything from her. She doesn't care though.
I come on the internet and I show the confident version of me, the version that's like, oh, I don't care. I've gotten hotter. I'm smarter. I'm so cool. This, that. But when that's not happening, I am crying myself to sleep, wondering if the people that I loved the most could do this to me, why wouldn't anybody else? People want me to move on, and I can't because this does not move on from me. It stays in my life until she disappears.
Aether said, I don't know why Leah made that video when she was uploading before, because I feel like there was no way to move on and be able to get like sponsorships and stuff again. I feel like she's trying to move back into like not being canceled. Like, okay, yeah, you could be uploading videos, but that's different than being like canceled and uploading video. You know? She wants to be a mainstream Roblox tuber again, whatever. And she's not going to be able to do that unless she kind of like moves on from the situation and either makes light of it, makes jokes about it, or addresses it seriously. And I think she's going to start by just trying to like make light of it, make jokes about it. And then I feel like eventually it's going to be pushed into the fact where she's going to address it seriously, because that video is going to get way more clicks and views than the 3-minute one than she even did. Ooh,
and that is the only real accountability I feel like she can do me at this point. And leave my daughter alone and make sure I don't have to live my life parallel to her. I'm gonna switch to something funnier because I don't want to cry. Let's talk about her hair. That shit is fried, okay? Like, I'm sure she's going blonde, whatever. I don't know why she would do that. She's a winter. It's going to look chopped, and it already looks chopped. Go ahead, fry her hair off. Like, I don't care. Her hair looks so, like, it's effed up. It's bad. It's real.
But one thing I want to point out, too, is did you notice the little blonde streaks in the front? It's like, okay, you're going blonde, but part of your hair is already blonde, so that really doesn't even add up.
Bad. I don't care. If she wants to go blonde, that's not going to do her any favors. So be it. Tell her. Now, I know that people are like, oh, she's only apologizing a year after it happened. And I told my ex, you should have Leah sign an NDA, because when you guys break up, because you eventually will, she's going to come on the internet and she's going to say that you manipulated her and you made her think that this was going to work. And I have something to say about that later. And so the line of, I'm not trapped in this relationship, I think was a line inserted by Zach to make sure she couldn't do that in the future. Okay. I met Leah in 2016 through her ex and my.
Yo, what?
I met Leah in 2016 through.
Yo, they look so different. Especially, like, I can definitely tell, like, who's who. But, like, Leah doesn't even look like the same person.
Her ex and my ex, who I was not dating at the time. And I remember my very first impression of her, though I've never told her this because it's rude. I always felt she didn't have her own opinions. We were talking and I was like, I like the weed. She was like, me too. I was like, I don't like some of this though. She's like, yeah, me either. There was 3 or 4 instances in the conversation where she would just mirror my opinion, even if it completely contradicted what I just said. And so I even said to Zach, like, I really like her. She's really nice, but I don't think she has her own opinions. I think she just agrees with whatever everyone says.
I mean, there are some people like that, and I think there are some people who are like that because they, like, are lacking of a personality, but there are people who are like that because of the fact that they don't like debating with people. If you're someone who's not fond of arguments or debating to a detriment, you'll be very agreeable to a detriment.
And as my
People
friendship got deeper with Leah, that's true. Leah is a covert narcissist, and she will play victim to get out of accountability. I've seen her do it multiple times. Oh, Leah's so nice. She's so sweet. She doesn't deserve this. Like, look at her. She feels so bad. Leah only cares about the image of herself as opposed to how her actions affect others. That is why she is still with Zach. That is why she is still with my daughter. Not because she genuinely feels bad. She feels bad about how you guys are perceiving her.
And that's exactly what I was saying. I mean, the apology makes no sense when you're sitting there saying, oh, I'm sorry, I want to apologize to Megan directly, but you're also directly saying in the same breath that you're choosing to be in that relationship, choosing to evolve yourself in this situation. You could step out of that relationship and be in any other one, and maybe there'd be a chance that your friendship could be repaired, like, way, way down the line, or that she'd at least let you apologize to her, but you're still directly doing the action that is harming her.
And that's a fact. Actually, I have a list of all the times that Leah has lied to me that I know about. She has this very big victim complex. I've just seen it multiple times, especially with some fallouts with her friends. It's never about how she hurt them. It's more about, oh, well, they're going to think I'm a bad person. Yes, we think you're a bad person, Leah. In 2016, me and Leah had a bit of a fallout, and I didn't know why. One day she unfollowed me on Twitter. I thought it was weird. I went to her YouTube, and for 2018 New Year's, this video is gone now, it's taken down. She posted a video titled Bye Felicia. And in that video, she indirectly referenced me. She made me seem like a villain in her story. I'm saying that very lightly because I don't exactly remember, but I do remember it hurt.
Now, this is my... I want to be super clear, and if I give advice that's like to Megan in this, or just like general advice, that's not me saying that I feel like she did anything wrong. It's not like this situation is at all her fault. I just personally think if somebody is fucked enough to go on the internet and make a video about you and be like, this person wronged me, and out your friendship, that's someone you shouldn't be friends with again. The last thing you will catch me do is being friends with anyone who's on the internet spreading lies and slander and talking about me. That can all be handled person to person if you're really friends. But if content to them matters more than your friendship, don't keep that friendship going.
Because I thought we were friends. That was really confusing to me. And since then, I had been trying to win Leah's approval back because for some reason I felt very deeply that her and I would get along and be friends. While trying to reach out to mend things, she thought my attempts were malicious and she rejected them, which is fair. That's fine. I don't like people have trust issues. That's okay. What I don't like is liars. I worked hard to try to repair me and Leah's friendship because I wanted her to come to me and Zach's wedding. I told her straight up, I really want you and her ex at the time to come to our wedding. I'm trying to fix this. And she basically said no. She said, no. Like, we're leaving it in the past and we're moving on from you guys. And I said, okay. Later, I find out on my wedding night that she told people that she was not invited to my wedding. When I asked about that years later, she said, I didn't know what to say. I said, say that I invited you and you didn't feel comfortable going, not that we did not invite you. So do you kind of see how things get a little twisted, even the smallest white lies, to make her look like she's been excluded and the victim?
Yeah. I mean, that is a bit strange. I think ultimately if somebody asked me if I'm going to the wedding and like, there's no reason to say you weren't invited other than you're trying to make her seem like the bad guy. You're trying to make them seem like the bad guy and you wanted to be there. That's just strange.
Lies that aren't even necessary. People would have completely understood if she did not want to come to our wedding. There was beef. There was drama. So to add that, like, oh, they didn't invite me.
You could have made any excuse.
That, like, I know that seems like a small thing.
Gotta walk your fish.
But that is the groundwork of who she is and how she moves. When I came into the Royal High Space, she was immediately threatened. She put up Leah.
But that's like a start, right? These should have been like two glaring red flags to me of like someone I don't want to be friends with. I don't keep friendships going just because I have to actually like you. If you're doing things to piss me off and doing things that I'm already like, why the fuck are you doing that? We haven't been friends for long enough. Or like, even if I guess maybe they were friends for a long time. So she's like thinking over the span of time. I don't know. It's just like, fucking move weird.
Ashe bear ears right after I released these. I don't want to elaborate on that. I don't need to. When I called her and asked her about it in 2019, I said, it feels like you did this on purpose. It feels like you did this to tell me to get off of your turf and stay out of your space. She was silent. And then she said, I didn't know what else to do. You didn't know what else to put. So when I said, it felt like you did this on purpose to tell me to get out of your space. And people, they started attacking me. They said, she's copying Leah. When I was already wearing these.
Fighting over barriers. This is a little, to me, this is where I'm like, I don't know. The other stuff, I'm like, deal, bet. The bear ears, those were kind of, I feel like those were just popular. You could buy those on
summer
Shein.
Of 2020, there was a 2-month period where I would upload and she would directly upload like 5 minutes after me. I tested this. I did this on many different times. And she tried to bury me multiple times. She tried to bury me multiple times on YouTube. And I didn't really understand why. Because at this point, I thought it was just because I liked the color pink. And you know what's funny about that? Whenever we were in Proper Idiots together. When we were in Proper Idiots together.
That's like a channel they did,
I was like, we all have like color branding, you know, like Zach is yellow, Nathan is green, I'm pink. I mean, and you could be purple. I said, or you could be pink too, I don't care. But you could be purple. She's like, okay. Then later she adopts a pink personality. Fine, I'm not saying that's a copying me. I don't care. But then to turn around and act like I hadn't always been branding with pink was a little bit confusing to me. And then to tell people I'm stealing her identity. If somebody wants to conjure up that tweet, I bet I could find it, where she had a crash out and she said I was stealing her identity. Now I know that was just a projection. Near the end of our friendship, I caught Leah in a handful.
Now, part of me wonders if this was like a case of like people who had been friends for a long time and they genuinely did just start liking things about each other, and then that kind of happens, right? Because I do know one thing about Leah Ashe is that she's like known as like the pink queen. I've never known Meganplays to have that branding. Now, I wasn't a huge fan of their Roblox content or anything, just like I know them from what I've seen from the drama on the internet, but Leah was known as like the pink queen, so it might have just been like a case of like mistaken identity, almost, like, you know, like where things just get flipped because they've been friends for so long and they both had this interest, and it's like this is minute stuff to me that I get where it comes into the fact of like when all this has happened and it's all said and done, it feels very skinwalkerish. But I also don't want her to forget the deeper stuff, you know? Like, these are the little things. I know there's deep shit that's happened, but don't stay on the little things because they are important, but there's more. There's more.
Lies. Lies that didn't make sense. We were supposed to go to the zoo, me, Zach, and my daughter, and she was like, I can't wait for the zoo. It's going to be so fun. Knowing that she already planned to not go. Why not just tell us you weren't going to go? Why lie and pretend you're going when you already know you're not going and it's in less than like 24 hours? Why not say, oh, actually something came up? Like, it's just the micro lies that become very confusing because it's like, okay, what else is there? There was a moment where she almost checked herself into inpatient before all this happened. And I do think that she should still go forward with it.
Do you got here? Let me go back and read these.
Confusing because it's like, okay, what else is there?
Okay, so the first one, I'm just going to read the highlighted part. It says, I really want to work through this at the Meadows because I do feel like I was living in delusion. I do need mental help. I'm deeply struggling and in so much pain every day. I promise you nothing like this will ever happen again. I realized my full accountability last night and wanted to express it to you because I couldn't see it much in the beginning. Not to this depth. Oh, at the end of I'll read the rest of this because this is tea. At the end of the day, Zach and I are both responsible for what happened. I take full accountability for my part in this, and I could have tried to figure it all out instead of shoving it down. I could have avoided so much pain. I'm truly sorry. I love our hangouts so much, and I'd love more than anything to have them again alongside healthy boundaries and me not being included in everything like vacations and date nights. Those are so important for you too.
There was a moment where she almost checked herself into inpatient before.
And then this big long one says, please don't be sorry. I feel like this is the only way to move forward so you can understand everything and, like you said, leave no stone unturned. So you don't have any more questions in the future that would hinder your healing process and rebuilding of trust. I'm so sorry that I hurt you so deeply. I'm beyond grateful you still want me in your life, and moving forward, I am so ready and determined to get help. Not being able to understand or trust my own feelings is extremely painful and confusing. I do not want to live this way anymore. I will be taking all of the right steps to improve my life and work towards a healthier mindset. I am really looking forward to doing that. I want it more than anything. If feelings ever arise again, I will 1000% say something and mention I'm having them. I know exactly what that will feel like now and will have no problem being honest with that. I truly don't believe it will happen again. I just have so much clarity now. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your patience throughout all of this, especially in the extremely painful heartache you were experiencing. I'm still wrapping my mind about the fact you were trying to be so understanding of me despite the pain you were going through.
All this happened, and
then this next message, we get a little bit from what Megan says up the top. It says, is your heart able to walk away from those feelings considering you guys aren't taking space? She says, yes, because I feel like I understand what happened and what went wrong. I have so much more clarity now than I did before. I understand why it happened and I open my eyes to what I'm needing in my life. I do want to be loved and cared for by someone. It's truly the best feeling in the world. Feeling that care like that for the first time in my life felt great. I can't wait to find the person who is going to sweep me off my feet and love me forever. I just feel so clear now after understanding / admitting everything to myself and fully seeing how I deeply messed up. After understanding my feelings, I just wanted you to know exactly how it felt because I know that's what you're looking for in order to heal and begin to move forward. I'm sorry, it was a very difficult process. I didn't understand it at first, but now I see very clearly. And then Megan says, thank you. I'm sorry. I never want to interrogate. Part of my healing process when I'm hurt is leaving no stone unturned.
I do think that she should still go forward with that.
Oh, more. Oh, more. Leah says, I completely understand everything you're saying and it makes perfect sense. There's a lot of confusion which is causing more hurt. And when Zach and I started texting, and I did not expect to be in this position now. I had harmless crush thoughts in the past that I truly thought would not come up. It's extremely confusing in my mind because never in a million years would I have expected this. In the beginning, I was very shocked to hear how vehemently against everything you were, which made me really confused and hurt. I felt like Zach had given me the wrong idea. I don't feel this way now. I couldn't understand deep to my core how everything spiraled downward so quickly. It's a hard situation because I was still trying to process it as it was all unfolding. I felt I had to put a major boundary down to Zach, making sure we could not indulge further in these thoughts. I couldn't explore these feelings until you were in the loop with us. That's why I said I had more to say, but I didn't want to say it then until you were in the convo. I was really trying to understand my feelings and what they meant and why this was all happening when Zach and I were in the call together, but I wanted to wait until we were with you to try to unpack it. Why do I feel like this Zach guy was like trying to lead Leah to be in the impression that Megan wanted to be in like a sister-wives relationship? Why is that the vibe I'm getting?
Since homewrecking my marriage, she quit going to therapy because narcissists do not like to look at themselves in the mirror. They don't like to do the internal work. Leah is a deeply insecure, I have this written down, Leah is a deeply insecure individual, and I cannot imagine she will ever feel secure, as she has destroyed a family and will forever compare herself to the image of me and wonder if Zach thinks about me still or is in love with me still.
Probably.
And how could she not? I'm the mother to his child. We were together a long time, and he still sees me and talks to me all the time. In February, Zach kind of indirectly self-launched the idea that he made a mistake. He told me he would regret it forever. He told me he was still in love with me, and he told me that he was still attracted to me. And I let him know that we would never get back together.
And coincidentally, Leah all of a sudden is going ginger. I don't want to hear nothing. Like, it's so obvious what's happening here. This guy wanted to have it all. He wanted to have his cake and eat it too. He had, like, the perfect life with his wife and everything, and he thought that he could get, like, some other side girlfriend, some side piece, and it would be fine, and she'd never find out. Well, the whole world finds out about it, and now he doesn't know what the fuck to do because he had his cake and he could eat it too. And he thinks that probably being with Leah, he's going to be able to be with multiple women, and that's probably not the case, and he's realizing he had it all with the relationship he was in before and fucked it all up.
I told some of my friends and family that, and then Zach stopped telling me things, which makes sense. The love that Zach and I had, that doesn't die overnight, especially because he wasn't unhappy. We weren't fighting. We were intimate often. And we spent all of our time together on the couch laughing. Like Zach and I held hands when we would fall asleep together every night. I know this video is a little bit scattered. What can you expect? When she posted those two TikToks, it's because Zach and I had been together for 2 hours and she couldn't get a hold of him. So those TikToks are exactly who she is. I'm too lazy to insert the TikToks.
Okay.
So here they are.
If I get copyrighted, I'll crash out. You got it. It's her being like, this one's for my mean girls.
Talking to Zach, because we were spending hours together and just digesting everything. And I said, she's actually really liking this, Zach. She got chosen, and that's exactly what she wanted. He was like, no, she feels so bad. I go to leave. I see this in my car. I get out of my car. I'm like, wait, this is your girl? This is somebody who feels bad to you? He went home and was like, why did you do that?
You guys are assholes. Especially Kenny. I hate him the most.
I don't.
Editing note. Leah lies a lot out of self-preservation. That is what I'm about to talk about. That she will lie out of self-preservation all the time to save her image, to twist the narrative, to make her look like she's not evil. She just loves to lie out of self-preservation.
Yeah, those TikToks are super corny, I gotta admit. Yeah, and I mean, I feel like that's what we know Leah to be so far through this whole thing, is a liar.
I want to talk a little bit more about Leah's manipulation of the situation and why I warned Zach that if they broke up, she would come online and try to mess with the scope of what happened. Let me get a date up.
Is crazy. Wait, Belle Batty said, wait, those girls are not the same nor related. No. So a little bit of, like, for context, I think it flashed on the screen for a second. There was a picture of, like, them, like a really old picture of them. What timestamp are we at? So I don't lose it. 1622. It's like right around. She shows like a picture of them when they very first met, and the reason I show it is to show you they looked nothing alike back in the day. Where the flip is it? How do I do the... There we go. Pull up for precise seeking. Where the flip did that picture go? It just disappeared out the whole video. I swear to God, it was in there. We saw it. We saw it with our own eyes. She flashed it so fast, it doesn't even show in the preview, man. I don't know. Anywho, so there's a picture of them at some point, if you rewind this stream, back when they first met. I think she said in 2016. They look nothing alike. And part of this entire thing has been the fact that this girl, Leah, the one that you just saw with the brown hair, has started emulating things about her, trying to make herself look more like Megan, which you can tell from that picture, because Megan still looks like Megan, just like, I don't know, kind of like more alternative, I'd say. Like more like dyed hair, like tattoos, etc. Whereas Leah looks like she has a whole different face.
September 23rd, 2025. Leah and I came home from Disneyland. We went to the Boo Bash or whatever. And my husband was sending her text messages about his longing for.
Sorry, I just have to pause and say, my dream is to go to the fucking Disney World during like fucking Halloween time. I want to do that so bad. It looks so fun. Sorry, I just had to let that out. My childhood whimsy.
She showed me those messages and she was like, I'm confused. I start crying. And I start saying, this sounds like my husband's in love with you. Why else would he say this?
Wait, what?
And she was like, I'm confused. I start crying. And I start saying, this sounds like my husband's in love with you. Why else would he say this? I'm crying to her about how I believe my marriage is over.
Oh.
I am distraught. I say, I need to talk to Zach right now. I cannot believe what's happening. I call Zach. I tell him, I don't know what's going on between you and Leah, but you need to figure it out. And he called Leah. Then he called me back. And he said, Leah and I have feelings for each other.
Bitch!
I was like, what?
Nah, that would be my final straw. I'd be like, Pearl, bro. I get the axe.
And then Zach tried to convince me that maybe I could have more feelings for Leah than I already did. They wanted to be a throuple.
I knew it! I fucking knew it! You could tell, even in how those messages were, that Leah was trying to make it seem like they were, like, it was implying that, oh, well, this is all starting because we're gonna be in a throuple. Yeah, fuck no, bitch. Fuck no.
The next morning, Leah came over. I did not think she was on board with this, so I start confiding to my best friend. can you believe this? Like, can you believe that he has this idea that we could all be a throuple, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, no, that's crazy. That's insane. That's no. I said, did you talk?
Yeah, that's how it's. I'm not psychic. V Midnight said it. Men try that shit way more often than you think. Men who get caught cheating, you hear stories like this all the time. This is not the first time I've heard something like this. It's always some bum ass man who wants to be in a throuple.
Talk to my husband today? Or did you text my husband today? She said no. I said, okay. Sometime later, I call Zach because the stories are not lining up. He's in Tokyo. That's why I called him. And he says, Leah, you were on board with this. You wanted to do this. And she was like, what? Huh? He was like, am I being gaslit right now? We talked for hours about this, about how we could all be together. Leah's like, I don't, not wanting to say that she did that. Editing note, the most despicable thing that she said that got back to me was she was telling Zach, like, everyone's going to be so jealous of you, 2 hot wives. And I want to be one of your girls.
Ew. Ew.
Zach is feeling completely thrown under the bus, completely manipulated, and completely gaslit. I find out that Leah actually had talked to my husband that day when I asked, remember, did you text my husband? And then I found out they had a 3-hour phone call. I looked at her, I said, you said you did not talk to my husband today.
I don't know if the throuple was Leah's idea or if the throuple was just something that was brought up between Leah and Zach and then like presented as if it was all Zach's idea. I think that's kind of what it is. I think it's an idea that they had together that she tried to pawn off as Zach's idea only. That's the vibe I'm getting.
She said, you asked if I texted him. I freaked out.
Text or call,
my sister was
bitch.
there. I was like, oh my
I'd
God, get
slap
out of
a
my house.
hoe.
Get out of my
I
house
would
right now.
literally slap a
What
hoe.
is with the lying? And Zach tells me, no, we talked on the phone for hours about this and how it's what she wanted. And I told her it could go wrong, but she didn't want to hear that. She said it was only going to work out in her favor and she saw a butterfly. So it's perfect and it's going to work.
I hate
Later, I'm
that
talking to
hoe.
Leah again.
What a hell of a thing to say.
And she says something along the lines of, I would have never crossed that boundary if I knew you weren't okay with it.
Then why not
That's
ask
another
before
lie.
you did it, dumb bitch?
Everybody knows how territorial I was over Zach. She saw me.
I mean, that's most people. How are you going to say, well, I didn't know that you wouldn't be okay with that? Then why not ask her? Any woman, like if you're friends with the woman, you're going to ask her if the husband is making advances on you. If he's telling you that's something that's okay, you're going to ask your girl. Why? Because you don't want to ruin the friendship. She didn't give a fuck about the friendship. That's her just trying to save face now and be like, well, he told me it was okay.
Be territorial over Zach many times before that. She saw me crying in the Uber right before, not even 24 hours before, wondering why my husband was in love with another woman. And she has the audacity to say, I would never have crossed that line if I didn't know you were okay with it.
And you literally did, though.
Zach asked her, do you love me? And she said yes. She admitted her feelings to Zach, folded like a lawn chair. And then after that, she said, I would have never crossed that line if I knew you weren't okay with it. You know, I would have never done this because my Grammy was cheated on. And it was the worst thing to happen in my life.
Your grandma? I'm sorry. Your grandma? Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Where my grandma got cheated on?
A toker, a joker, and a midnight wiener stroker.
Just popping in to say hi, Pookie. Replay gang later. Hoa 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 yaja hoa 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 hoa.
Thank you for conjuring that spell for us, Gregory. And thank you so much, Alexis, for the 10. Good to see you, Pookie. Hopefully you enjoyed this one on the replay.
So I would have never did that. She said, I feel like Zach manipulated me. He tricked me into saying this stuff. And then I went to Zach and I told him that. And he was like, oh my God, what? No, we talked for hours. She didn't want to hear it. So that's why I believe she will eventually come back and she will say she was manipulated into this.
Maybe.
When the truth is, it was her. She feigns victim
I mean, it's both of them.
all the time. She laughed.
Neither one of them's a victim.
I caught them. I caught them cheating on me on the same beach that Zach proposed to me. The same beach my sister got married on. They both knew how important that place was to me. Now, people wonder why I don't drag Zach as much. It's honest.
No, my question is why you didn't beat that hoe's ass. You walked up on them cheating together. Why did you not get jiggy with it? What? On the beach? He proposed to you? What? I would have stomped her out. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, Lord. Like, how do you not get physical? Maybe I have anger issues.
Because when Clover grows up, I don't want her to see a digital footprint of me berating her father online. I don't much care if she sees me berating Leah. Clover will know what happened when she's old enough and it's age appropriate. I will make sure of that. Something that Zach holds over my head is that somebody is going to attack him and Leah in front of Clover and traumatize her. So I want to make it very clear that I do not condone any violence to these people.
What a wham victim. Then don't be with the woman. If you're so scared of that, if you want to protect your child, like, I'm not saying that, oh, anybody should harm you, but if that's like a genuine fear you have, then don't be with her. Where is all this problem stemming?
If you see them. Because that is the one thing that he tries to hold over my head to get me to stop talking. Clover's well-being.
It says, she wrote, I'd like to know if you reciprocate Zach's feelings from his text. I deserve to know what's coming and prepare myself. Leah said, no, all I wanted is for things to go back to normal. Megan said, he's very convinced you're in love with him. Are you? I need your honesty. He's very convinced you were confessing deep feelings for him and not me and him. He said you had more to say to him but couldn't until you talked to me. What was that? He said an ultimatum was proposed. Y'all would choose each other. She said, Leah, I did not reciprocate that sentiment. Megan said, so I need you to be very fucking honest with me right now because I don't know why else he would say these things to me. Yo, I'm gonna be real, Megan. It don't matter. If your man is telling you if there was an ultimatum between another woman and you as his wife, leave that man.
I don't have to explain the irony in that. Here is a voice memo of me asking Zach why she left.
When I caught you guys first, and Leah said, oh, well, this is an awkward situation. Haha.
That's because we already made a commitment to each other, and it's like we were going to tell you in the morning.
That's really mean.
I know. I didn't want you to see it. I'd rather have told you in the morning.
Yo, how are you not beating the brake lights off of this man? I'm a problem, I'm learning. If this ever happened to me, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
What were you planning on telling me? Me and Leah decided that we're gonna move on as...
Okay, wait. We got messages here. This says, Zach wants to know if you feel 50-50 accountability for getting wrapped up in this fantasy. I'm sorry I'm on the phone with him, and he's like picking up that it feels like maybe you don't feel accountable for your actions and that you only feel like it's only because you felt his green light. And he's feeling like he's gotten the whole blame and he's said he's feeling hung out to dry. I'm sorry, it's just taking a lot to straighten this out. Leah says, I really don't know what to do if he doesn't feel that way. Obviously, I am part of this and have accountability in this. I never said I didn't do anything wrong. I see where I went wrong. Megan said, do you think he should bear more of the responsibility? He said, if he can't talk to you, I have to ask these. She said, Leah, he took an oath, so in that regard, it should have stopped a long time ago.
Boyfriend and girlfriend?
We are in love.
And you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Well, we're still married. You guys are boyfriend and girlfriend.
I love. And
me and Leah decided that we're gonna...
Wait, sorry. I want to back up the audio recording, by the way, so we can hear the whole thing start to finish without pausing to read the messages.
When I caught you guys first, and Leah said, oh, well, this is an awkward situation. Haha.
That's because we already made a commitment to each other, and it's like we were going to tell you in the morning.
That's really mean.
I know. I didn't want you to see it. I'd rather have told you in the morning.
What were you planning on telling me? Me and Leah decided that we're gonna move on as boyfriend and girlfriend.
We are in love.
And you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend now?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I would buy me a gun and I would set that motherfucker off.
Well, we're still married. You guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. That's kind of twisted.
You say we're separated now.
It's just a couple more questions. I guess I know the answer. Are you interested in fixing our marriage?
No. Sorry.
Say it louder.
No.
You are not interested in fixing our marriage. You want to let me go and you want to explore Leah.
Yes.
Because of what you and Leah did. So you guys get to ride off into the sunset. And this is what I did. I laid awake all night. Didn't fall asleep alone. And that
Dude, if I saw them laying in the sand, like, walk up and I'm kicking them. I am literally stomping them both out. I am just like, the amount of patience this woman has couldn't be me. Ever be me.
is going to be my life. So you can leave now.
I told Leah you're too charismatic and you're good looking. You're not.
I don't give a shit what you told Leah. I never want to hear her name again. She's blocked on everything and she's dead to me. I will never speak to her
Don't
again.
release that video publicly. Like, that gets really messy. You could ruin our fucking lives.
We don't care about your lives, buddy.
Leah only cares how she's being perceived. Her apology, empty, fluff, no accountability. Much like the apology she gave me after she admitted that she had feelings for my husband and pitched a throuple that I did not agree to.
If y'all want to read that, if y'all want to read this whole thread, go check out her video.
Empty. Focused on her feelings, how she couldn't believe what she did. Although she has a history of talking to other people's men. And the irony in all of it is Zach has already caught her in a lie. And he said to her, in my 8 years with Megan, she never lied to me. And Leah said, stop comparing me to her. I don't know how either of them can ever look at each other and trust each other again. I know that time will...
Because they were both lying to you. It doesn't matter that they were both lying. They were lying to you. It's not like they're lying to each other.
And hopefully one day this will all be a very distant memory. And this one comment said greed. She had it all and she wanted more. This is specifically something that Leah and Zach told me. She said, well, I'm an Aries moon. And once I get what I have, I want the next thing.
Bitch, what the... Why are we using the fucking star signs to be like, yeah, I stole your husband because the moon told me I had to? No, bitch. Take your fucking Virgo ass, Aries ass, fucking shove it right up it.
Her quote.
Take your fucking Aries ass all the way to Uranus. And I stand on that.
Zach said something along the same lines. She shows you who she is. And then she just pretends, oh, I had no idea. She claims ignorance to skirt accountability, and it's worked for her this far. So she can come on and say her actions were disgusting and vile, but she doesn't regret them enough to make any changes in her own behavior or her life course, or however you want to word it. Going forward, if you want to support the situation, don't click on her videos, not even to thumbs down it. Because all that gives her engagement, views, and gets her in the algorithm. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative attention.
I wasn't watching that Roblox shit anyways. That one video was the only one I'm ever gonna watch. Don't you worry.
Let her evaporate. Make her invisible. Don't watch her videos. And a year from now, when all of you forget that any of this happened, I'll still be living it. My holidays are different. Clover's birthdays are different. My life is different.
That's fucked.
Then it'll never go back to being the same.
That's fucked.
I'm coping with it.
I hope she finds a love of her life.
Hopefully, one day soon, I will be happy again. I have to hope. Because all this pain and suffering has to be worth something, right?
The good thing is, like I said, the internet has
I
her
think that's
back
all I
in
have
this
to
whole
say.
situation. All right. Well, I think it's just like star signs, screenshots, reactions. It's pretty much the general gist of the video there. If you want to see like the last couple minutes, definitely go check it out if you want to. But just so you guys can see what I'm talking about when I say the internet has her back. I've never seen a comment section look like this. I've literally never seen a comment section look like this. And all the times you see these like highlighted with a color like that, those are all donos. So I think good news should be that she is getting some of the financial support that she needs going forward, because obviously divorce is expensive. Going from being a 2-parent household to a single-parent household is expensive, and I'm glad to see that she's getting the support and the love that she needs to be able to continue doing YouTube as a career, because that's what she built herself up to be, is a YouTuber, and you shouldn't have to give up your career because your fucking husband cheated on you. She does deserve better at the end of the day, and I hope she does get that. Like, I truly do, because she seems like a genuinely sweet person from the videos I've seen of her, and very funny too, so. But I think that's pretty much all I got for us for today. Let's see. Who we redirected to? There's actually, like, not that many people live at the moment. Let's check and see what we got, before we get... I'm gonna put the redirect in before we do Pet of the Day, just so it's, like, set up and ready to go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. I don't know. I don't know who to redirect to. What if I just send you guys to the ether today? What if I do no redirect and I send you guys to the ether today? Is that cool? Because I don't want to look for super long. Alright, let me go ahead and pull up Pet of the Day for us. Bum, bum, bum. Oh my god, I opened fucking the wrong thing. I hate when I open something else on my computer. That's so annoying. Okay, Pet of the Day. Let me see who we've already done so I can make sure I don't accidentally do the same one we've already done. And if you want your pet to be entered into Pet of the Day, all you have to do is send a picture of your baby into the pet section of the Discord. All right. And today's winner, oh yeah, I don't think this one won yet. Had they? I gotta double check. Did they? No, they did not. Yes. Today's Pet of the Day is... Dun, 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 dun. Beans! And the owner of this baby is Kim Quat. Huge shout out to Kim Quat for your adorable little baby beans. Okay, so I used to have a dog growing up that looked really, really similar to your beans. Her name was Bella. And I looked at your beans and I was like, love. Love. So, shout out to Beans for being today's Pet of the Day. If you guys want to check out the Pet of the Day section of the Discord, you can see all the babies who have previously won with flyers. If your baby won before but didn't get a flyer, there's a good chance they'll win again. But alright, you guys, I think that's it from me today. I will see you guys back again tomorrow with another episode. I should be live at 3. Sorry, I've been going at 4 these past 2 days. I just have been so dead tired. I literally didn't even go to the gym today like I was supposed to. I rescheduled it for tomorrow because I was so dead when I woke up. I just had like a migraine that I could not shake. So, should be live back again tomorrow at 3. Thank you guys for bearing with me, for being live here with me at 4. And I'll see you guys back again then. Have a good one.